thanks to the Gila monster, we're now hearing a lot about GLP-1, but you're probably hearing about GLP-1 agonists, a medication, actually a hormone replacement that is being used under the names Ozempic or Wegovy or semaglutide, teplotide, and it's being used in weight health and in helping to reverse diabetes, optimizing blood sugar, as well as for optimizing the inflammatory response, so reducing inappropriate inflammation. Here's the kicker. We make GLP-1 in our body, in the lining of our digestive tract. It is a peptide hormone. That means it's made of amino acids. And when we make it, our body is going to secrete it based on what it hears that it's getting from, whether it's from the brain, it's going to get messages, or whether it is sensing things from what you're eating and you're taking in, as well as environmental circumstances in the body. So we need to know, is our own production of GLP-1 optimal, or would we benefit from optimizing our own? Or we might possibly want to use a medication that comes in and replaces our hormones so that we can experience all of those benefits for a time period and work on optimizing our overall health. Now, what should you drink? I get asked that question as a side to that, and the question is, what about coffee? What about tea? What about yerba mate? So the critique of coffee and tea is often that they're higher in caffeine, or maybe they're acid formers, or maybe you just don't like them, and you're really intrigued in yerba mate. Yerba mate has the allure to sort of the South American culture and how we consume it, and it's beautiful, and a lot of people are really interested in natural herbal remedies these days. So first of all, if you love it for your caffeine, that's awesome. Go ahead and consume it. But if you don't like the taste of it, and in order to actually get it in, you have to add a bunch of sugar to it, even if it's amazing organic raw honey, or you have to add milk to it, or you're adding other things to it, you probably are better to find something that's going to be delicious for you. But at the end of the day, yerba mate is not going to act like a medication that is replacing your hormone. Could it possibly actually help the production of your own GLP-1? Absolutely, because caffeine is a stimulant, and caffeine is actually coming in and helping to support the body. Now, we can also have problems with caffeine, and depending on your genetics or depending on how much you're consuming, it could also be doing the opposite and not being better. How do we figure this out? Well, that's the personalized approach of GLP-1 optimization, where you want to dive in, do an assessment, and ask the right questions to figure out what your body needs in order to produce and use GLP-1 hormones optimally. That's where you get better weight health, and that's where you end up living a life where you're optimally healthy.